proud founder and CEO of Pinch Pro Australia, and we are thrilled to yet again be recipients of the Tobin Brothers Foundation grants. We are so desperately in need of some extra help and support in this crazy time that we're all in. The funds this year will be used to continue to be able to say yes, to continue to be able to respond to the increased need for our services, in particular in a schools space, getting to our kids who are falling through those systematic cracks and being able to access something simple as a new toothbrush when they need it, or, you know, hand sanitizer or deodorant or whatever it might be. So being able to say yes to all the new schools who have come to us and said, please help, is something we will absolutely be doing as a result of the Tobin Brothers grant.
My name is Karen Canusta and I'm the Chief Executive Officer at Cystic Fibrosis Community Care. And what we do at CF Community Care is look after people, support people with cystic fibrosis and their families who are living in the community in Victoria. Some of the things that we do are we provide supports for physiotherapy equipment, emergency relief funding, support groups. We also do some work in the research space, so we fund research. Obviously we need to fundraise for that, and we do a number of fundraising activities throughout the year to raise funds to, number one, support our services to our community, but also to support research into a cure for cystic fibrosis. So thank you very much to Tobin Brothers who have provided this funding. It's really important funding, and it really will help those people who are really compromised by their condition purchase those fantastic new nebulizers that they need so desperately. So thank you very much for your support. It's greatly appreciated and will definitely make a difference in the lives of those people. So thank you.
My name's Natalie Diamond.
And I'm Elise Stevens.
And we both make up Generosity Collective. We are a registered charity. We're based in the eastern suburbs of Melbourne. And what our main purpose is to support people in crisis within our area, the eastern suburbs of Melbourne, by providing them with a bag that's specifically tailored for them. And inside that bag is approximately 3 to 4 or 5 sometimes outfits, which consist of brand new underwear and socks and brand new toiletries, and also a mixture of new clothing and incredibly high quality secondhand clothing. So
here is your bag.
Yeah, so these are fantastic. So we have already put in an order and we received our bags that we used with the funding from Tobin Brothers. So we can't be thankful enough, because that's provided us with just over 500 bags. So even today, we've shipped off 15 of them today. So they've already gone out filled with clothing. So this is what we use every time. It's made an incredible difference to us. If we didn't have these, we would be using, or we would be relying on secondhand bags from people, which is great. But I think, again, having a brand new bag provides somebody with a greater sense of dignity. It's theirs, it hasn't been used. They can take it with them when they leave the agency. And we just think this is such an important aspect of the support that we're giving people.
My name's Dorothy Ford. I'm the Manager of Service Development at the Compassionate Friends Victoria. The Compassionate Friends Victoria supports bereaved parents, siblings and grandparents following the death of a loved family member, a child, sibling or grandchild. And the organisation is a mutual support organisation. It was founded by parents who had experienced the death of the child, and it now supports bereaved siblings and grandparents. We're very, very grateful for Tobin's grant to help us develop a brochure of information about grief and bereavement for siblings, and to be able to distribute this to those organisations who will be in touch with families very early on in the process. The brochure will be developed by siblings in consultations with siblings to provide them with the sort of information that would be most helpful to them when they are newly bereaved.
My name is Marianne Williams. I'm the president of Sunbury Neighbourhood Kitchen in Sunbury. The Sunbury Neighbourhood Kitchen was established in 2013 by Neil Williams, my husband, who he and I are caterers in Sunbury. And we found that we had food left over, we wanted to do something with it. And so we thought there's people with that can food, and they shouldn't be. We had a motto that we think nobody should have to go to bed hungry with all the food that goes to waste. So we're looking at some warming plates to keep the food hot. We've got existing food warmers right now, Bain Marie's, but they're not suitable, and they can cause some dangerous OHS happening there. So we want to improve on that.
And I mean, there's lots of other little things that we'll probably do some upgrading on as well, that we've definitely needed to upgrade.
And we thank you and Tobin Brothers too for your support, and we're really grateful.
My name is G. Stewart, and I am the Regional Vic Partnership and Program Lead at Little Dreamers. Little Dreamers is a not-for-profit young carer organisation. We support young people between the ages of 4 to 25 who care for a family member impacted by chronic illness, disability, addiction or frail age. And we do that through a range of direct support programs, all online and in person. And these programs range from school holiday programs, online mentoring and tutoring, Big Dreamers program, retreats, personal development, and all of our programs are based on supporting young carers, letting young carers be kids, letting them find themselves outside of their caring role, and really recognising and celebrating what they do within their family. So these funds will be used to put together these welcome packs. So our welcome packs include resources for young carers, tools for them to learn about themselves outside of their caring role. It's got fun activities in that welcome pack. We've got vouchers for them to get out and about with a family member or a friend based on their area.
Hi, I'm Stephen Nash. I'm the Chief Executive Officer at Kids Undercover. I've been here since the end of November last year, so very new and very excited to be in such a fantastic organisation. I've spent around 30 years in different roles, mainly in senior management in inner city homelessness and community housing organisations. So I come to Kids Undercover very enthusiastic, given its focus on preventing and intervening early to help young people avoid becoming homeless. Kids Undercover is focused on working with young people aged between 12 and 25 who are at risk of homelessness. They tend to be in overcrowded families where there's all kinds of pressures on those families, and there is a great risk, unless there's some circuit breaker, it's quite likely that the young person will become homeless. So we provide studios, bungalows they used to be called, in backyards to give more space to that overcrowded household. And we provide scholarships to all the young people in the household to help them complete their education. The scholarships are really important, and for many of the young people, they're life-changing. It means that they can stay at school and connected with their education aspirations, and really help young people achieve their full potential. And we're really grateful for the Tobin Brothers donation of those scholarships, because they will make a really big impact.
My name's Paul Etherington. I'm the State President of the Uncle Bob's Club, or UBC. We are a charity which supports children's health in Victoria. And this year we were actually celebrating our 80th year of supporting children's health. During that time, we've raised about $90 million towards the project. The main beneficiary being the Royal Children's Hospital, but we've also supported children's hospitals and charities throughout Victoria. Our current project, in conjunction with the Royal Children's Hospital, is our Local Giving for Local Health. And that's where we have geared up with about 8 different hospitals to Victoria, including Bendigo Health, for which we are funding at this stage the purchase of 3 wheelchairs. And these are used to help paediatric patients to be moved into the hydrotherapy pools for those who are very mobility challenged. It's vital for them. It's been high on their priority list as a need, and we're very proud to be able to support that Bendigo Hospital in purchase of those 3 wheelchairs. Tobin Brothers have been very kind through their foundation in supporting us in purchase of these wheelchairs. It's one of 2 actual items which we're purchasing for Bendigo Health, and we're proud to say that we have now finalised the purchase of all the equipment that Bendigo Health has required at this stage for the paediatric ward.
I'm Donna Stolzenberg, and I'm the founder and CEO of the National Homeless Collective. The National Homeless Collective is a very unique charity that sits in a space that nobody could really see. You have services and you have people who need those services, and there's quite an unseen gap. So very often people can't reach the service, or the service can't find the people. And we sit in that niche spot. So we talk to services and help them find people who need them. And we support people while they're waiting for a service to connect to them, or waiting to be attached to another service. So the funds from the Tobin Brothers grant will help us to support at least 50 children with the provision of a school bag. And that bag has everything in it that a child needs for school, including a lunchbox, a drink bottle, all their pens, pencils, all their stationery, calculators, books, everything. So they can start the day just like everybody else at the start of the school year. And it will also help us get 50 school swimming packs for kids. So the state government will pay for swimming lessons for children, but it's very hard when the parent doesn't have so much as a towel or goggles or some swimwear for the child. So we put those bags together and make sure that the children are included so that they can go on the bus with everybody else and do their swimming lessons and their swim safety and join in. And it's all about inclusion. It's not about so much as the tangible item that we're giving the child. It's making sure that that child is able to be included in these activities just like all the other kids in the classroom. And so they're not left behind. They're not the child that's shunted to the next class because they've got no towel or nothing to swim with, that they've got no lunchbox. And it's about making sure the kids don't feel different to the other kids and that they're not embarrassed or ashamed or have their situation pointed out. We want to make sure that the kids are able to reach their full potential just like all the other kids in the class.
The Old Colonists Association of Victoria has been around for 153 years, I think now. We're a provider of affordable housing and care for older Victorians in need. We care for about 500 older people, a large proportion of whom are women. And our village at Russell Park is where we began back in 1869. That village now cares for just under 200 people. One of the things that our residents are extremely passionate about is gardening. And we approached Tobin Brothers Foundation for some funding for some raised garden beds, which is something we don't have at Russell Park at the moment. And it's not just about the physical activity of gardening, it's about the social interaction of gardening as well. A lot of older people find it hard to start a conversation and to keep that conversation going, whereas if people have a common interest in gardening, that's very easy for those people to do so. And on top of that is the environmental benefit. You know, where all the produce is being used by the residents. They're not having to travel to supermarkets, and purchasing mass-produced goods. They're producing good quality products that they're getting to use themselves, and the satisfaction that comes with that.